Alright, what's going on, you guys? Brian here with a quick AEW Dynamite recap for last night's episode. For any of you that did not see it, did not see the episode last night, here's a quick rundown of what happened. Chris Jericho and MJF won the Tag Team Battle Royal. When Chris Jericho won, was the last one standing. So now Jericho and MJF will be challenging the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team titles coming up at Revolution on March 7th. Then we had a Darby Allin, Sting, and Team Taz segment. Basically, it was to keep building up to Sting and Darby Allin teaming up at Revolution to take on Team Taz's Brian Cage and Ricky Starks in a street fight. Then we had Britt Baker defeating Thunder Rosa. We had Hangman Adam Page and Matt Hardy defeating Luther and Serpentico. Chaos Project in tag team action. They ran down some of the participants that are going to be participating in the AEW Women's #1 Contender Eliminator Tournament that will be taking place not only here in the United States but also in Japan. We had the wedding of Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. That went off without a hitch until after they said I do and Miro gave his speech. And then when Miro said it was time for cake, he wound up handcuffed by his foot. And then his butler, Charles Taylor, or Chuck Taylor, started going after Kip. Then Kip and Penelope started double teaming Chuck. And then Orange Cassidy came out from the cake that was set up in the ring. Or before that, Penelope Ford wound up going face first into the cake, and then that's what caused Kip and Penelope to double team Chuck Taylor. Then Orange Cassidy would come out of the cake, and Chuck Taylor then would go after Kip Sabian, and Miro, angry, he's still handcuffed. He would watch as Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor would get the last laugh on Kip Sabian. So that was pretty much it for that. Then we heard from Shaquille O'Neal, who answered the challenge from Cody and Red Velvet. He basically said, "You know what? I'll fight you." And they announced that coming up on March 3rd, I believe it's going to be, on the March 3rd episode of Dynamite, it will be, in fact, Shaquille O'Neal making his AEW debut, teaming up with Jade Cargill to take on Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet. And I know a lot of people have been saying on social media that they're kind of glad that this is happening on Dynamite, not on the pay-per-view Revolution, which is going to be taking place on 4 days after that episode. And I am too. I will say I am kind of happy that it's not taking place on Revolution, even though I thought that was going to be where they were going. Then we had Lance Archer defeating Eddie Kingston in a lumberjack match. I am not a big fan of lumberjack matches, specifically when they say that the lumberjacks are only there to throw the people back in the ring when they get dumped out. But then in this one, as well as other lumberjack matches in the past, there's always, you have the heel side, you have the babyface side, and when a babyface gets tossed out on the heel side, they always wind up getting beat up by the heels. And when they toss out the heels on the babyface side, they always go after the babyface is always going after them. So that's what kind of happened here in that one last night. But Lance Archer defeated Eddie Kingston in the lumberjack match. Then we had a video of FTR talking about how they want a tag title shot. They're upset that they got suspended for a week. They feel that it was Jungle Boy running the to to management and having them suspended, and because of what happened last week when FTR attacked Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy after Jungle Boy defeated, I believe it was Dax Harwood in a via submission, and FTR attacked Jurassic Express and cut off Luchasaurus's horns, and then you would start hearing like not screaming, but like somebody like trying to get loose or get away from something, or sound like somebody was tied to a chair or something like that. You would hear a noise in the background, and when FTR would reveal that they had Marco Stunt of Jurassic Express handcuffed to a chair, tape over his mouth, and that was pretty much it for that segment. So that obviously continues that feud between FTR and Jurassic Express going. Then in the main event, it was the Good Brothers, Kenny Omega, defeating Pac, John Moxley, and Ray Phoenix in an exciting main event. The person that stood out in this one was Ray Phoenix. He was he's a really talented athlete. Um, he's exciting to watch, um, and he was like the MVP of this matchup, hitting moves and flying, hitting flying diving moves. Sorry, guys. Um, he was very exciting to watch in this matchup. And overall, it was a really exciting six-man tag that saw, like I mentioned, Omega and the Good Brothers winning. Then, afterwards, they would go after Phoenix. Moxley would try to make the save, but the numbers advantage was too much. Then here comes Lance Archer to help out. He goes after Gallows and Anderson. Then, when Moxley goes after Omega, a masked individual wearing a hoodie comes up, makes an appearance, and it would be revealed as the number one contender to Moxley's IWGP United States title, Kenta, who will be challenging Moxley on an upcoming show in New Japan for that IWGP US title. And he would hit the go to sleep on Moxley, and that would be pretty much it for Dynamite. And then we would find out in a exclusive that Omega has made a match for next week. I think it's a no disqualification matchup, tag team match with Kenny Omega teaming up with Kenta to take on John Moxley and Lance Archer. That will be happening next week. And because Kenta appeared on Dynamite last night, the reason for that is that apparently there is a business relationship, a partnership between AEW and New Japan that has been in the works for quite some time. It has hit some roadblocks, but um, it was reported today that New Japan and AEW have reached an agreement to work together. So that is the reason why we got Kenta appearing on Dynamite last night. So that was pretty much it for Dynamite. I'm gonna try to watch NXT after I am finished with this video. But last night episode of Dynamite was the only good part about it was the six-man tag. I would recommend checking that one out if you did not see the episode. Everything else was okay. But the six-man tag main event was the one to really look for and watch. So with that being said, and one other thing before I forget, uh, let me know in the comments below if there is any audio issues with this video. I know, I think it was on my MLW Fusion recap that I made yesterday. There was a comment that somebody had put that they couldn't hear the video. I don't know what the issue is. I know when I watched the video back, I could hear really good the sound. I don't know. So please let me know if there is any audio issues with this video. Leave in the comments below. So with that being said, this has been my AEW Dynamite recap for last night's episode. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.